What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and I have a little mail call for you guys. This time I actually know what's in both these packages. This is something I purchased on Amazon, and this is something that my friend Brian, Lord Needham on Instagram, sent me to check out. And I will link his Instagram below. Go give him a follow. Great guy, great knife collection, great pictures too. We're going to save that one for last, because this is a knife that has caused a little drama in the community, and I'm curious to see what it's all about. This knife caused no drama in the community, and may even surprise you that I bought this knife, but I'll explain why. Unboxing knife is going to be the Liam Cuff 3.0. The Ontario Rat 2. I've been thinking about getting one of these for a while now. First of all, I think a lot of people own this knife and it'd be a good size comparison knife. Second of all, at the time I bought this, which it's ended now, they were 48% off on Amazon, so it was $23. And I was like, yeah, I gotta pull the trigger and get one. And third, I'm going to customize it. And I have found some awesome things that can be done to this knife, and I am going to do them. And yeah, one thing we're going to do right off the bat is get rid of that tip down carry. I'm not a fan of that at all. And I'm also, it's actually a fourth reason I got this knife, because I want to compare it to this knife. This is the Ganzo. I can't remember the model number. I'll know when I do the video to compare them. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read that. If you can read that, it's that Ganzo. My glasses are not within reach, but yeah, so I'm gonna do a comparison between these two. We're going to be customizing this, and I think this would make a really good size comparison knife. So I've always wanted to get one, never have. Wasn't really into washer knives for a while, but now I've just kind of fallen in love with washer action, so I figured better time than any when it's 48% off to go and pick one up. Actually, we will use it to unbox this knife. Alright, where's the open side at? There it is. How sharp does it come, you may ask? Well, not very, apparently. I'm struggling. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not very sharp, guys, out of the box. Not a very good edge on that knife. Just FYI. Alright, we're going to go in a different way here then. Maybe Brian put some super glue on this damn thing. I don't know. Alright, let's get on in here. Get on in here. Ooh. You never know. Always check. There was one point in time, Craig sent me something, and there was, oh yeah, there were some bearings in a little pack inside the box, and I'd thrown it away. And he reminded me about it, luckily, and I was able to find the bearings. My memory's not so good these days, but yeah, he had sent me some bearings, and he asked me how they were, and I was like, what bearings are you talking about? And then he told me, and I was like, I never saw those bearings. Then I went and dug through the box, which was sitting next to my trash can, and the bearings were in there, thank goodness. I did not throw them away yet. Boom, boom, boom. You probably already know what this is, considering I said it caused drama in the community. I want to fill this detent. I really want to fill this detent. Ooh. Wow. No shortage of goodies here. Alright, I have to go grab my glasses. I gotta look at this, because that's been a... okay, got him. Got him. This is something that people have had issues with this knife, having the wrong information on it. Ooh, toxic storm, fat carbon. Man, this thing has got some weight to it. Arctic Storm carbon fiber, number 33 of 175. Whew, God, that's a beauty. Look at that orange pill finish. Man. She is a looker. That much I can tell you for sure without even opening the blade. Oh, it's one of those giant holes. Uh-oh. That's not good. You know what's going to happen. A giant hole and a weak detent brings back growler vibes. Oh, yeah. It's not terrible. Where's it show the number at? Number 33. Number 33. So they got his right. That's good. Give you a nice patch here that matches your knife. Looks like a pretty awesome wipe there. Some extra bearings. So no shortage of goodies in the pack. That's always appreciated. Man, that's a good looking knife. My God. Ugh. I see why if somebody got one of these and the action disappointed you really badly for what this cost and how it looks, how disappointing it would be. I mean, because God, that's a good looking knife. This detent isn't horrible. It's not horrible at all actually on this one. I don't know if Brian's tuned this or not, but this detent, it's a little on the light side, but it's not horrible. I don't like the size of the hole, I can tell you that already, you know. My finger can slide all the way through it like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. A little too much hole for me. And you're not going to hear me say that very often. Normally I can handle my holes. That's a little too much hole for me. I feel like I'm going to fall in there and not come back out, you know what I mean? Get stuck and then whoop, I could see injury happening with that. Same issue with the growler. The growler had a really, it wasn't long, but it was tall, like a, almost like a triangle. My thumb, I put my middle finger into the first knuckle, and it had a ridiculously bad detent. This isn't that bad. It's a little light, but it's not that bad, really. It's easily fellable, though, as you can see. Easily fellable. But if you give it any effort, I seem to have no problems deploying it, as long as I try. Yeah, the knuckle roll is not going to be good on this one. Yeah, I'm not going to try the over the top either. God, that's a good looking knife though. Look at that thing. Would you look at it? Just look at it. That is such a good looking knife. I didn't realize the bolsters were orange pill finish. Hopefully I can get that to show up on camera. Maybe this side will show up better. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that fat carbon sparkle. I did see somebody did a disassembly on this knife. It's got a very interesting design on the inside. Who did that disassembly? I've never seen a knife designed like this. I'm not going to be disassembling this knife, by the way. This is not my knife. So, but I wish I could remember who did it, because I've never seen a knife like this. This thing's put together on the inside different than anything else I've ever seen. With the way the lock is done and everything, it's completely different. Like, if there are other knives done like this, I am not aware of them. Actually, it's not that bad. This one, at least this one, isn't that bad. You know, not all knives are created equally, you know what I mean? A lot of people love the growler. The majority of people love the growler. But, you know, there were a few that slipped through the cracks that people didn't like too much. Brian, have you been carrying this knife already? I think he has. I love that. Somebody spends this much money on a knife and carries it. That's awesome. The reason I say is I see some cardboard cutting been going on right there. Good for you. Yeah, there we go. It's all gone now. Also see a couple little shiny spots on the clip right there. God, it's a good looking knife, man. I'm like drooling over this thing. A lot heavier and bigger than I would normally like to carry. This is a laying mount knife also. This is the Cuff 3.0. What a difference, right? What a difference. This is a very popular model of his, or back in the day it was. Not too long ago. Tiny little knife. This is actually here for the next knife, so by the way, LMAX still. There's a reason I only cut through the little plastic bag with this and not the cardboard box, because it's for the sale. I'm not even sure what to think about this thing right now. Right now I'm really just in awe at the beauty of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. The way this fat carbon is done, it's amazing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to look at something here. Yeah, see, the liners only come back like across the top right here. And that's just a solid slab of fat carbon. Of course, you get different liners on both sides. They're different. No lock bar insert either, if I remember correctly. And that's a titanium liner also, if I remember correctly, which I found odd. I'm surprised that there's not a concern for lock stick with that. Even this backspacer has that orange pill finish on it. God, that thing's gorgeous. I love the look at this Arctic Storm fat carbon, right? Look at how it's like, it must be cut differently, right? Because here's some too. It's just so random on the smock, right? And this is just layers to where it's cross-cut basically. This is cut this way, and this was a fat piece of fat carbon cut this way. That has to be what it is. This was a piece of fat carbon, it was cut this way, and this was a big chunk cut the opposite direction, cross-cut. Why don't we see more of that? Is it more expensive to do it that way? Because I love the way that looks. It's more, this is more just like random, chaotic almost. There's no patterns or anything in it, which I like also, but you know, this has like a consistent pattern to it, almost like a Damascus or something, but fat carbon. Pretty sweet. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop drooling over it, but I'm gonna stop talking to the camera while I drool over it. And, I'm gonna spend a few days with this knife and give you my final thoughts on it, and ship it back home to its owner. Brian, thank you again very much. Brian is linked in the description, guys. Go give him a follow on Instagram, and I will see you guys on the next one.